In classrooms across the country, we hear a familiar story: Christopher Columbus, 1492, 3 ships, and the discovery of America. It's a simple tale: one man, 1 year, a world changed, but history is rarely that neat. The truth is far more complex and fascinating. Asking who really discovered America unravels this tidy narrative. The land wasn't empty. Millions already lived here. For thousands of years, great societies rose and fell, cities were built, and cultures flourished. To understand America's story, we must look beyond Columbus and recognize those who came long before. The real beginning isn't 1492, but thousands of years earlier. Columbus's arrival was not a beginning, but a collision. One moment in a much larger, ongoing story. The real story of America is not one of discovery, but of many encounters. Let's set aside the familiar tale and explore the deeper, older currents of human history on this continent. This is where America's story truly begins. Long before European sails, the Americas were alive with people, the true first discoverers. Over 15,000 years ago, small groups crossed a land bridge from Asia, following herds and survival. They spread across the continents, adapting to every environment, from Arctic tundra to rainforests. Hundreds of nations and tribes emerged, each with unique languages, cultures, and traditions. They built cities, farmed, engineered, and created art. The Americas were not a wilderness, but a homeland shaped by millions. Ignoring their story is like starting a book in the middle. The arrival of Europeans was not creation, but intrusion into an ancient, vibrant world. Their story is the essential starting point for understanding all that came after. America's foundation was laid by its first peoples. Columbus wasn't the first European to reach the Americas. Nearly 500 years earlier, Norse explorers, Vikings, crossed the Atlantic in longships. Led by Leif Erikson, they landed in what's now Newfoundland, Canada, around the year 1000. Archaeological evidence at L'Anse-aux-Meadows proves their brief presence. But the Vikings' stay was short. Distance, isolation, and conflict with native peoples forced them to leave. Their achievement faded into legend, sparking no age of exploration. The world wasn't yet ready for lasting connection. The Norse came and went, leaving only traces behind. When Columbus sailed in 1492, Europe was hungry for new trade routes and power. Columbus, sailing for Spain, believed he could reach Asia by heading west, unaware of the continents in his path. He landed in the Bahamas, not Asia, and never set foot on what is now the United States. But his voyages ignited a wave of exploration and conquest. News spread quickly, launching the era of the conquistadors and the first permanent European settlements. The Columbian Exchange transformed both worlds. Crops like potatoes and corn went to Europe. Horses and wheat came to the Americas. But so did deadly diseases, devastating indigenous populations. This was not a simple discovery, but a collision that remade the world. The consequences were profound: new connections, but also loss and upheaval. The Americas would never be the same. Columbus's arrival marked a turning point, not a beginning. The world was now permanently connected, and the story of America entered a new turbulent chapter. After the Spanish, other Europeans arrived, most notably, the English. Jamestown, founded in 1607, was the first permanent English settlement, followed by Plymouth in 1620. These colonies grew, fueled by the search for wealth and religious freedom. Over time, 13 colonies stretched along the Atlantic, each with its own character. Colonists developed a new identity, eventually rebelling against British rule. In 1776, they declared independence. By 1783, the United States was born. So, who really discovered America? Ancient peoples crossed the land bridge, Vikings left fleeting footprints, Columbus connected continents, and colonists forged a nation. America's origins are a tapestry of many peoples and encounters. The story continues to shape the nation today,